happy May Day. Today is Workers' Day.
Yeah, Workers'
And
Day.
a lot of companies are really observing the Workers' Day today.
Yeah, ironically, workers in River State are happy this time around.
Anybody transferred again?
No, the one that was transferred and the other ones that have been transferred, yes.
Okay, and the other ones that has been transferred,
yes,
it's like the people are happy.
It's making them more joyful than regular. They say all of us will come up. We just wish that the transfer will come this way too.
You're a private person now.
That's
At
the
least
thing.
the civil servants in River State, they have this first 4 years they are going to enjoy a lot.
Hopefully.
If nobody, I'm sure they will all vote the current governor back because the man is a civil servant oriented person, and it's good. I just want to see development.
Yes, sir, very clear. So we're looking at counterfeit money today.
Yes.
What happened?
First topic, counterfeit money. Now, when we talk of counterfeit money, they are in different narratives and different forms. We're also going to look at stolen money. Now, there is a lot of counterfeit money in circulation in Nigeria currently. And the reason for this counterfeit money is because of the current unavailability of the naira, cash. Unavailability of cash, you understand? Now, the unavailability of cash in a country where everybody is not yet operating cashless. Even in the United States, people still have cash because there are some areas you still need to use cash. You understand? So, for example, you go to certain business on the roadside businesses, you must buy with cash. You understand? So because of that, people are taking advantage of the need and the rush to get cash for spreading and circulating counterfeit money. So how do they circulate counterfeit money? For example, you make 1 million counterfeit money. You go to a place, you give them 10,000, you give them 5,000, you circulate like that. And then they bring back returns to you when they spend it.
Returns?
They bring back returns. For example, let me say you have 100,000 naira counterfeit money. You take it to someone who wants to spend 3 million. And then he spends 3 million and add 100,000 naira counterfeit. It's very hard to dictate. It's not like they spend just the counterfeit. They mix the counterfeit with major funds.
That is a crime.
It's a crime. It's a serious crime. Now, if it's 100,000, they mix like 5 counterfeits in 100,000. So noticing it will be difficult. You understand me? So that's how they actually use, they circulate counterfeit. So what that means is that for you to actually be part of those circulating counterfeit money, it means you already have to be a bit rich.
Yes.
It's not a poor man business. Counterfeit business is not a poor man business. It's a business that only people who already have money can do.
Yeah, it's a risk that they can bear.
Because mixing, for example, having to put just 5 counterfeit 1,000 naira bill in a bundle of 1,000 naira, which is 100,000 naira. Having to put just 5,000 naira in 100,000 means you already have 100,000 that you want to put 5,000 in now. I don't know if you're getting me.
Yeah.
So for you to circulate 100,000 naira worth of counterfeit, it means that you have at least 2 million naira for a safe circulation.
Yeah, or even more.
So it will not be detected because the lesser the input of the counterfeit, the lesser the detection.
Yeah.
But if you say you want to spend a bundle of a counterfeit bill, you will just be caught. You get? So it's a business that rich people mostly do. So my advice is this. All of us going to POS, we have to be able to prove that our money is original before leaving the POS.
How do we
Because
do that?
majority of the people that help in spreading counterfeit money currently in Nigeria are POS operators. And you know the banks has relegated their ATM machines indirectly to seed to POS people. So POS people always have cash, but bank don't have cash. And I don't know if the central bank supplies direct to POS people now, or they supply to banks. Because the POS people now have more cash than our banks in Nigeria. Go to POS, if you're living 100,000, they'll give you. Go to bank, they'll tell you they have 10,000. You get? So, I don't know. I don't want to delve into that. The central bank should work on that. But my point is, if you are going to in order to avoid being a victim, or because you might be going there to take just 10,000 naira you intend to use for your life and something important, and all of a sudden one is fake, and then tomorrow now you get to where you want to spend the money, and then you realize that 1,000 that is fake will hinder you from achieving something that would have saved a life or better your life, you know. So to avoid it, when you take money from POS, even if you take 1 million, 100,000, 10,000, 5,000, be sure it is not fake money.
How can you
You
verify?
understand me? Fine. If you are counting fake money, you will know. It's always lighter than the original. Yes, that is one. Fake monies are always lighter than their original. You understand me? And then, so if you count it, you know. That is one.
So
then,
you have to be observant.
You have to be very observant. Then, there is you just know it's fake. I don't want to describe that. Only my subscribers who are paid subscribers that will give certain tips. But bankers already know all these tips. You understand? That's why whenever you see them counting money, you see them with one light on that money.
Infrared or something, ultraviolet.
So, but I don't need to tell you to. You can't be walking around with
ultraviolet
those kind of light. But what you do is very simple. Fake money is lighter than the original money. You will know. So that's one. Two, if you fold the money, you understand me? You know it's paper. You know when you fold paper, normal paper, you see how paper behave. If you fold normal naira, it will fold. But if you fold paper, immediately leave it will just begin to open up immediately like that.
The fake one.
I'm telling you. Yeah. So, but whatever, look for it. That's why I say security is a personal thing. Everybody's involved. I don't need to give you all the tips on earth, but I've told you what to do. That when you go to POS, these are likely places where you get fake currencies. So you have to be extremely, very, very careful when you go to those places, so that you cross-check your money. That is one. Also, another area of currency, fake currency, we have to look. Not really fake currency, is the use of foreign currency in Nigeria. The dollars. Now, a lot of people don't know that the dollar, yes, there are fake dollars. Okay. And that one is easier to dictate because it's mostly transacted with bank and bureau de change people. These people are professionals. You can't cheat them. They are the ones that can cheat you if you want to buy. So if you want to buy dollar, make sure whoever you are buying the dollar from, if it's a bundle of a dollar that is a mint, make sure you have the numbers of the dollar, because dollar is secured by the currency number. You understand me? Now, but what we have noticed that people don't know in Nigeria about the dollar and other foreign currencies is that some of the dollars in circulation in African countries are stolen dollars from the United States. Now, let me give an example. Now, the US has a way of tracking their currencies. So when their treasury bill, the dollar is produced, it is being tracked. The currency is being tracked by the currency numbers and other things. It's tracked. So if there is a report for maybe a bank heist or stolen money and all of that, cash, when it is reported, it's easier to, they have a track of these numbers. Most people that spend those bills or store those bills, they store it and then the numbers are extracted and kept. So when you steal them, they report the numbers that are stolen to the United States Treasury.
The serial number.
Yes. Now those serial numbers are always kept. All their bills, they have a way of storing it. If you are storing money in bulk, if it's a bank or a cash point or something, they have a way of storing all the serial numbers. So when the cash is stolen, what they do is they report those stolen cash and report the serial number. So you know that currently this currency is illegally in circulation.
Okay.
Now what criminals do is they know that the United States, if you spend those kind of money, it's easier to trace and pick you up. You understand me? What they do is now they send those kind of money to African countries. You understand me? They send those stolen dollars to African countries where we do not have a database to know which currency is stolen or not.
Yeah.
And after all, it's original. It's not as if it's fake. It's just that it is stolen.
Yeah.
Now they begin to use those stolen currency in Nigeria. Where they have problem is that those stolen currencies can't go into the US again. It can't go into the US legally again. You get me? But it can be circulating all around the world. It's a US currency, yes, but it can't go in. But what Africans don't know is that most of you people here that buy dollar and go to the bank and pay it in as school fees for your children abroad. Most of you that buy dollar and want to send to your brother abroad. Most of you that buy dollar and want to buy a product or pay for a supply you are expecting from one part of the world, even if not America. Once you take the money to bank, if you watch very well, bank always photocopy the dollar that you brought.
True. Even the one they're giving to you, they photocopy.
They photocopy. Do you know why? Because they don't have that database of the US to get that serial number out. So why the bank normally photocopy and keep those dollars like that is so that they can have the serial number of your dollar and post it, because in each photocopy the name of the depositor is there or the receiver. Do you know why the bank does that? They do that because most times when they send this money, they are aware that the US track currency. So when this money is being sent through the banks, it goes back to the US. But when it gets there, they make sure it is not part of the stolen currencies. When they see stolen ones, they report it back to the people bringing it from whichever country. That these currencies are stolen currencies. We cannot accept them. And we would like to further a case on this. So they begin to track it back, and then they track it back to the depositor in the bank.
Who may be innocent.
Who might not, most times innocent.
But they will track it to who sold
They
it
will
to you.
track it to you now. You will be the one, Burundi change. Do you have any evidence that he sold that particular money to you? You don't, so it's you. I'm telling you, EFCC knows what I'm saying. Because most of these kind of cases gets to EFCC, gets to Interpol, and then gets to Nigerian police, gets to EFCC.
So it is important you buy your dollar from a licensed bureau de change person.
Not just that. And when you buy, it's also important you behave like the bank.
Photocopy it.
Photocopy the ones you can. Take a photo shot. Let the Burundi change man affirm that these are the dollars you're selling me. You also keep a focus. You understand me?
Yes.
Because we've had cases like that in Nigeria. I'm not telling you long talk. We've had cases where people that are looking for supplies of things I don't want to mention, contractors, big boys, they paid in dollars in which sum, only for Chinese company to call them back and say, well, we deposited your dollar abroad, it was marked as a stolen dollar.
I know somebody who went to the UK.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And now, he was to be arrested, but he was informed. They returned the dollar to him, and then, of course, they report him to EFCC. And then they have to pick you. So, but he was wise enough. Immediately he heard the information that the dollar he said is a stolen one. He immediately went on his own and informed the EFCC and told them, showed them, look, I bought dollars to send them like this, and I'm hearing it's like this. Of course, they know that Nigerians has no way of knowing what stolen dollar is. But the problem is that you can still be arrested and prosecuted because tomorrow now they'll be asking for extradition to US and all of that. Come and tell us how you stole our money here. You might never even been to America before. You know, all those things. So it is good to be safe. Why? For you to be transacting with dollar means you have a probability of being an international person. You can travel over the world. It will be very wrong that your name will not be flagged off as a criminal. And tomorrow you are entering the US and then you are arrested at the airport. You know all these funny things. It happens. So be careful and avoid buying stolen dollars. And avoid buying stolen. Most of these stolen dollars are always in public circulation, not through the bank.
Okay.
They are smuggled into African countries by the criminals that steal it abroad, sell it, and then they use it to begin to do these things. So that's for you. Please be faithful. If you want more, you can hit us on our social media pages on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Okay, we have a whole lot we can